Thanks for tuning in to Popcorn PD number 7. Today I'm going to show you how to do Google Takeout. And Google Takeout can be found at takeout.google.com. This website or this feature will allow you to download the files that is in your Google account. So it's not just the files that you'll find in your Google Drive, it also would include your Google emails, your Google bookmarks that are in your the top of your Google window. In fact, you'll see on this list that there are a ton of different things to include that you can either leave checked and include that in the download, or you can uncheck it if you don't want to save it. And this list is very extensive. As you scroll down, you're going to see all the different things that is tied into your Google account that you can copy or download if you would like. So if you don't want things from your calendar, you can go ahead and uncheck that and it wouldn't download it. But you would go through this entire list. It is arranged alphabetically, and you would pick and choose what you want to download. Now keep in mind, the file size or the size of the files that you do download is going to be extensive, and it might be more than what is allowed on a free Google Drive or a Google account that you might set up, like a personal one. So if it's over 10 or 15 gigs, I believe, you might want to divide this into a couple different downloads so that it doesn't overwhelm a personal account. You don't have to save it to a Google account, though. You could just download it into what's called a zip file, and the zip file will compress everything and make the size smaller so it's easier to download and save to like a flash drive, for example. But you would simply go through this entire list. You would check all the things you want to save, including things from your mail, all this stuff. Anything that is tied in with your Google account, you would go through this and leave the box checked or uncheck it. And when you go through all of that, you would then click next step at the bottom. And then it's going to ask you how you want to do this. So do you want to export this file as an email link? Do you want to add it to another drive? Do you want to add it to Dropbox or OneDrive if you have that? And how often do you want to do it? Do you want to just do this once? And what file type do you want to do it? Most commonly, it's a zip file. Most people don't use TGZ, so I would just leave it as a zip file. And you could even change how large you want the file to be. But again, keep in mind, if you do a 50 gig download file as a zip file, that's going to be bigger than a personal drive. So you might want to do smaller files because it says right here that if anything is larger than that size, it'll simply just create another 2 gig file to download it in. You would then click Create Export, and voila, Google will do its magic. It will now download all of your content into a zip file that you can either save somewhere else or to a flash drive, and you can then upload that to a different device. I do want to make sure, though, that it is a fair warning that if you download anything from your drive, you want to make sure it is not confidential or have any information on there that shouldn't leave the county, because once you download it, it's now accessible off of the county Google account.